Welcome to the show. Edward St. Pé with you. It's Future Shock, and we're talking about AI and the oncoming developments in AI. We talk a little bit about how you can use AI, infuse it into your world now, into your job and into your life, so that you won't be caught off guard when everything shifts in that direction. We've got so many elements in this show that you're going to find it exciting. And a little later, toward the end, we just gained a clip from ChatGPT 4. Oh, there's a new element of ChatGPT 4 that's been released, ChatGPT 4.0, and I think it stands for well, we'll find out in a minute. The O, what does it stand for? Okay, it's an updated version, and so it allows you to do a whole lot of new things. And anyway, it's an exciting thing. For me, anytime something is released that has anything to do with ChatGPT 4, I get excited about it because of the absolute creative power that it unleashes. You know, in our situation, I'm going to digress again, as I always do at this point, but I love to show some of the things that it does in a practical sense that I've been working with it on. And so here at the station. So, okay, on this show, but let's go back. We have on this channel that you're watching, if you're watching over the air, we're on channel 7.1. If you're looking at us online, we're on Facebook, my Facebook page, Edward St. Pé, Ocean 7 TV Facebook page, and now we're on X. I think we're going to soon be on another platform or so, too. So that's where you might be watching us. Okay, all right, now, with Ocean 7 being the TV station we're on, there are sub-channels with that station, and so we're on channel 7.1. Channel 7.2, we're running a channel that we created called the Magic Hour Channel, MHC, Magic Hour Channel. Okay, so what is the Magic Hour Channel? It's a 24/7 channel where you can watch old westerns, but also all the old film noir pieces that we sort of grew up with and that some youngsters have never seen before. So it's a whole new genre for them to see black and white films. Okay, thank you, Clarence. Clarence is reading my mind. That is what we created the other day. That's our second generation of the logo for the Magic Hour Channel. I did it with ChatGPT 4, and of course, I have a personal relationship with the ChatGPT 4 droid. We call him Alfred. In other words, he's my friend, and we confer on things. And so I put the prompts in asking Alfred to help me create a graphic. We want to take Magic Hour Channel one step further. Okay, MHC, Magic Hour Channel. So Alfred, I want to ingrain in that logo the symbol of the dragon head, which is part of the Welsh mythology, if you will, that goes with our Pendragon project, Pendragon Apothecary, the wellness store, which is the sponsor of this show, I might add. Okay, so Magic Hour Channel, MHC with the dragon. So that's what Alfred comes back with me with. It's that logo. A few of them, we chose that one. Okay. Now that's ChatGPT 4, that's the DALL-E aspect of it. Now they've come out with Sora recently, which is the same thing, text, or in my case, I voice the text in, synthesize the text into voice so it can talk to Alfred, right? And he talks back to me. All right, so, but the Sora element of ChatGPT 4 is the same type concept, except instead of texting or voicing in the information to create the graphic, you do the same thing and it creates the video and sends it back to you. Now that's not released yet, that's Sora. It's in test and it's being tested by people in Hollywood, people in that professional realm, but it's mind-boggling. We've shown some videos in the past about Sora. Okay, now what the video we're going to show later about ChatGPT 4 is they've released a new updated version to ChatGPT 4. It's ChatGPT 4.0. So we're going to show a clip on that. I know we were processing it right when we went on the air. In the meantime, we've got also a continuation of the interview with Elon Musk from the Milken Institute last week. It's good to hear from Elon Musk on anything as far as I'm concerned. He's got such a great insight in everything, and he's doing so many important things across the planet. And also, we've got a continuation of the interview with the chairman, the president of OpenAI, the company that gives us ChatGPT-4, that's Sam Altman, and he spoke at Stanford a couple of weeks ago, and we've got a continuation of that clip. But we've got a couple of other things too in the world of biohacking. A quick clip on red light therapy. I mentioned it, I think, yesterday. What is red light therapy? It's a biohack, and I talked about it, that I'm doing it now in the morning, early in the morning, about 4:50 a.m. when I get up. We've got a little video on what is it all about? How does it actually help you? What is red light therapy about? How does it help the body? And we've got another clip on, I don't know if we'll get to it today with so many different things, but we've got another clip on the actual reason why it's beneficial to use a vibration board as far as your physical health. And that's another biohack, which all kind of fits into our mindset at the Pendragon Apothecary, which is sort of a forward-leaning wellness store. Biohacking, I'm the chief guinea pig for any biohacking that's going on around here, but we've got all of the different herbal remedies from other parts of the world, which are now becoming more mainstream in the Western world, in the United States, like the various mushroom powders, lion's mane for cognitive. They use turkey tail for anti-cancer. I can just go on and on of some of the medicinal benefits they have proven over thousands of years in Chinese medicine and Vedic medicine in India, the benefits of plant medicine, but in this particular case, mushrooms. And so we've got all the 7 sacred mushrooms here at Pendragon Apothecary. Okay, let's start off this program with a continuation of a clip that we've been showing pieces of for the last few days with Elon Musk speaking at the Milken Institute. Let's take a look at this, and then we'll be back with more.
Countries that, like Korea, used to have a birth rate of 6, it's now 3/4.
Yeah.
Here's a light question for you.
Elon, come pick me up, I'll give you a baby, says one
What
of
do you
the,
think are the...
That is one of the things that says on the screen.
I don't know if everyone heard that. You want to read it?
It says, Elon, come pick me up, I'll give you a baby. Thank you.
Okay.
I certainly encourage everyone in this room to have at least 3 children. Look, baby's got to come from somewhere. And I think we just want to have, I don't know, I think we want to have a slightly increasing population, not a plummeting population. I think this applies to all countries and cultures. Like, I don't think we want any country or culture to disappear. We want them to ideally flourish and not disappear. In fact, one of the things that is overlooked by probably most historians is the role of low birth rate in the decline of civilizations. So around, I think it was around 50 BC, Rome passed a bill to give a bonus to any Roman citizen that would have a 3rd child. So this was a birth rate was a problem in Rome in 50 BC. The Romans weren't making Roman. The same is true of ancient Greece. There was a time from about 800 BC to 300-ish BC where the Greeks had a lot of kids and a lot of surviving kids. Like, the birth rate far exceeded the death rate, which is why you had Greek cities popping up all over the Mediterranean. But then I think basically it seems to be that prosperity destroys the birth rate. So when a civilization feels like it has no meaningful external threat and is very prosperous, that is what causes the birth rate to plummet. Somewhat counterintuitively, you think if you've got more resources, surely that would lead to more kids. In fact, it is the opposite. The more prosperous a civilization, and the more a civilization feels that it does not need to defend against external threats, the lower the birth rate.
I'd say that there's a lot of research on this. There's really been 3. Number one, prosperity, as you've said. Number 2, improvements in healthcare. So in 1900.
Okay, we've got a clip of the advent of AI will change everything that we know in 5 years. So where are we? 2024, so 2029, 2030, 5 years, 6 years. Everything that we know will be changed in our civilization, or at least be in the process of changing because of AI. This is from Impact Theory, and it's a great show, Impact Theory. Let's take a look at this clip.
A million times smarter than you.
This is the biggest inflection point that we've ever seen.
How do they create the next billion-dollar company with 3 people if that's the way to play it?
This is what needs to happen.
Describe the most likely sequencing over the next 30 years.
I think for me, the AI transition is typewriter to word processor. It's just an uplifting and enabling of all sorts of capabilities across multiple sectors and industries. And it transforms how we do things pretty fundamentally, from creativity to rank and file work to blue collar work, etc. I think the robotics stuff is further down the line than most people think. Peter's very excited about it. We have all the humanoid robots, but robotics is really hard and will take much longer, in my opinion. But the AI stuff will actually allow us to uplift ourselves very quickly. And, we talk about scarcity to abundance. I think AI gets us to abundance very fast. And I think that's, for me, the most exciting and optimistic side of things. We have two futures in our world today, either a Mad Max future, which you can see playing out in Gaza or Ukraine, or a Star Trek future, where we have abundance and we're operating on a much more highly conscious basis, etc. And so which future do we pick as a human species is the choice that's in front of us right now.
Okay, so you believe that there's a branching path before us, and we get to choose which path we go down.
We're actually heading down the Mad Max path. So if you look at our politics,
Terrifying.
you look at what's happening, you look at the political rhetoric here in the US, there's a huge transitional shift happening. And my favorite sensible way of dealing with it or talking about that is a centralized to decentralized shift. Right? We run the world today on very centralized systems, governments and corporations and the military industrial complex, etc. We're moving to much more decentralized and bottom-up peer-to-peer systems. And you could call that a male archetype versus a female archetype if you want to go there. But when you get to abundance, you want a female archetype to be running the world, because the female archetype shares resources around naturally. So, for example, the male archetype, when it meets abundance, relates to it as power and tries to hoard it. Middle East oil, Wall Street money, etc. Female archetype meets abundance and shares it around. So you really need a sharing, decentralized model as we move the world to abundance. And that's the tension that I think I see in the world more than anything, is that centralized to decentralized architecture. And we've started to see the rise of this over the last few decades, the Burning Man philosophy, open source movements, DIY movements, the maker movement, etc. Democracy itself is a bottom-up movement as a reaction to feudal systems and top-down empire.
And we have to continue a little bit more of that in the next show, because they really get into a lot of the changes that are coming up with AI. Okay, this is the moment in the program where we talk about our sponsor. This show is sponsored by the Pendragon Apothecary, which is in downtown Ocean Springs. It's a forward-leaning wellness store. I don't know if we have a graphic, but sometimes we put our logo up on the screen whenever we start talking about it, and there it is. That was created by Alfred and I might add, too. Okay, Pendragon Apothecary at 1016 Government Street in downtown Ocean Springs. This is an example of a product we've got here. It's called adaptogenic, which is sort of a term that's a general term, meaning it adapts to what the body needs. But the particular product is called adaptogenic, but what it is, this product is the 7 sacred mushrooms all powderized into one formula. So with this product, you get reishi, chaga, lion's mane, all of the main mushrooms that are valued for medicinal purposes in Vedic medicine and also Chinese medicine and other parts of the world too, all in one powder. And you get it in your system. You can Google the benefits of medicinal mushrooms and learn all of the great benefits of medicinal mushrooms. And this is an example of one of the products we've got, adaptogenic. It's online on our website at pendragonapothecary.com. And now back to the show. Okay, let's take a quick look at Sam Altman's interview last week, 2 weeks ago, at Stanford University at the Entrepreneurial Group's annual meeting. Let's take a look at a continuation of that. Then we'll be back, and what I want to do is go to the segment on the new release, the new updated version of ChatGPT 4, which has just been released. It's called ChatGPT 4.0. Now, Sam Altman.
The question is about how you know an idea is non-consensus. And the reason I think it's complicated is because it's easy to overthink. I think today, even yourself says AI is the place to start a company. I think that's pretty consensus. Maybe rightfully so. It's an inflection point. I think it's hard to know if an idea is non-consensus depending on the group that you're talking about. The general public has a different view of tech from the tech community, and even tech elites have a different point of view from the tech community. So I was wondering how you verify that your idea is non-consensus enough to pursue.
I mean, first of all, what you really want is to be right. Being contrarian and wrong still is wrong. And if you predicted like 17 out of the last 2 recessions, you probably were contrarian for the 2 you got right. Probably, not even necessarily. But you were wrong 15 other times. And so I think it's easy to get too excited about being contrarian. And again, like, the most important thing is to be right. And the group is usually right. But where the most value is when you are contrarian and right. And that doesn't always happen in like sort of a 0 or 1 kind of way. Like, everybody in the room can agree that AI is the right place to start a company. And if one person in the room figures out the right company to start and then successfully executes on that and everybody else thinks, oh, that wasn't the best thing you could do, that's what matters. So it's okay to kind of like go with conventional wisdom when it's right and then find the area where you have some unique insight. In terms of how to do that, I do think surrounding yourself with the right peer group is really important, and finding original thinkers is important. But there is part of this where you kind of have to do it solo, or at least part of it solo, or with a few other people who are like, you know, going to be your co-founders or whatever. And I think by the time you're too far in the like, how can I find the right peer group, you're somehow in the wrong framework already. So like learning to trust yourself and your own intuition and your own thought process, which gets much easier over time. No one, no matter what they say, I think is like truly great at this when they're just starting out. Yeah, because like you kind of just haven't built the muscle, and like all of your social pressure and all of like the evolutionary pressure that produced you was against that. So it's something that like you get better at over time, and don't hold yourself to too high of a standard too early on it.
Hi, Sam. I'm curious to know what your predictions are.
Okay, that was a little more of Sam Altman's interview, and also basically commentary from the recent Stanford University Entrepreneurial Group that got together, and Sam was speaking. That was just about 2 weeks ago. I love having those clips on with Sam Altman, and same with Elon Musk, just to get the insight of what they're dealing with and what they're thinking at this point. It's an inflection point. As one of the other guests said a minute ago, it's an inflection point we're at right now, and it's only going to become more amplified as we go forward now with AI and all of the changes that are getting ready to take place. Sort of like, it's a big shift, as everybody has said. Okay, let's take a look now at that video that I mentioned. The update, or the new improved version of ChatGPT-4, it's called ChatGPT 4o. Let's take a look.
But the big news today is that we are launching our new flagship model. This is GPT-4o. GPT-4o provides GPT-4 level intelligence, but it is much faster, and it improves on its capabilities across text, vision, and audio. And we think that GPT-4o is really shifting that paradigm into the future of collaboration, where this interaction becomes much more natural and far, far easier. GPT-4o reasons across voice, text, and vision. And with these incredible efficiencies, it also allows us to bring the GPT-4 class intelligence to our free users. This is something that we've been trying to do for many, many months, and we're very, very excited to finally bring GPT-4o to all of our users. We have these advanced tools that are only available to our paid users, at least until now. With the efficiencies of 4o, we can bring these tools to everyone. So starting today, You can use GPTs and the GPT store. And you can also use Vision. So now you can upload screenshots, photos, documents containing both text and images, and you can start conversations with ChatGPT about all of this content. You can also use memory, where it makes ChatGPT far more useful and helpful because now it has a sense of continuity across all your conversations. So we're very, very excited to bring GPT-4o to all of our free users out there. And for the paid users, they will continue to have up to 5 times the capacity limits of our free users. But GPT-4o is not only available in ChatGPT. We're also bringing it to the API.
Hey, so I'm on stage right now, I'm doing a live demo, and frankly, I'm feeling a little bit nervous. Can you help me calm my nerves a little bit?
Oh, you're doing a live demo right now? That's awesome. Just take a deep breath. And remember, you're the expert here.
I like that suggestion. Let me try a couple deep breaths. Can you give me feedback on my breaths? Okay, here I go.
Whoa, slow a bit there. Mark, you're not a vacuum cleaner. Breathe in for a count of 4.
Okay, let me try again. So I'm gonna breathe in deeply, and then breathe out.
For 4, and then exhale slowly.
Okay, I'll try again. Breathing in, and breathe out.
That's it. How do you feel?
I feel a lot better. Thank you so much.
So Mark, you've been working on these capabilities for a while now. Can you tell us a bit how it's different from voice mode?
Right, so if you've used our voice mode experience before, you'll notice a couple key differences. First, you can now interrupt the model. You don't have to wait for it to finish your turn before you can start speaking, and you can just butt in whenever you want. Second, the model is real-time responsiveness. So that means that you don't have this awkward 2 to 3 second lag before you wait for the model to give a response. And finally, the model picks up on emotion, right? When I was breathing super hard there, it could tell, and it knew, hey, you might want to calm down a little bit. You're kind of running a little bit too fast. So, it really has that capability across the board to perceive your emotion. Not only that, though, the model is able to generate voice in a variety of different emotive styles.
Like, as you can see, you can chat with ChatGPT in real time, but you can also interact with it with video as well. Okay, so let me boot up ChatGPT. Hey, ChatGPT.
Hello there. How's it going?
It's going really well. Today, I'd really like your help solving a math problem.
I'm all ears. What math problem can I help you tackle today?
So I'm going to write down a linear equation on a sheet of paper, and I'll show you. And then I'd love your help working me through it. But importantly, don't tell me the solution. Just help give me hints along the way.
Got it. Oh. Okay, I see it.
No, I didn't show you yet. Just give me help along the way. 1 second.
Whoops. I got too excited. I'm ready when you are.
What equation did I write down there?
Ah, I see it now. You wrote down 3x plus 1 equals 4.
Yep, exactly. So what's the first step I should take to try to solve this?
The first step is to get all the terms with x on one side and the constants on the other side. So what do you think we should do with that plus 1?
Yeah, as we can see.
Wow, that's quite the outfit you've got on.
Yeah, as we can see, we can chat in real time to ChatGPT. And not only that, we can interact with it with video as well. Okay, next let's try something coding related. Okay, so I just shared some code with you. Could you give me a really brief 1-sentence description of what's going on in the code?
This code fetches daily weather data for a specific location and time period, smooths the temperature data using a rolling average over the year.
Awesome, thanks so much. And in the code, there's this function foo. Can you describe to me what the plot would look like if I had versus didn't have this function? Yeah, so far, ChatGPT has only been able to see the code, and now I'm going to run it, and then I'll use the vision capabilities of the ChatGPT desktop app so it can actually see everything going on the screen as well. Okay, Chat.